Let me do this justice. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, there is, if it came down to lines, promos, mic appeal, evolution of character, there's only one wrestler. And then obviously post, Hollywood business, that has transcended the sport the way he has. The only thing you can negatively say about The Rock is that The Rock didn't wrestle for 30, 40 years. We have like the big stuff, right? We have like the WrestleManias. We don't have 30, 40 years worth of like Ric Flair leg drops or whatever, right? Or Hogan stuff, right? He didn't wrestle in two federations. He didn't wrestle in WCW and WWE. So that's really the only knock, is that he has created a career outside of wrestling. But when it comes to the actual makeup of a wrestler, building an empire, there is only one, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, aka DJ, and that is why DJ is number 3 on my list. Cultural impact. He's known more now as an action figure, Hollywood exec, actor, owner, creator, founder of the XFL that just merged with the UFL or USFL. Now they have the UFL. Founder, co-creator of Zoa, not better than Superpower, Stephen K. Global. Just want to throw that out there. I don't mind mentioning you as a second. He is the, lead face, lead personality behind Project Rock, Under Armour, brand. He kind of has done it all, and he has more social media followers than everybody in the world, right? So he's universally liked, and if he ran for president, he'd probably win. And that's why DJ, he said, because it's hard not to like him. I mean, you talk about physique, right? He had the physique. He was 6. He's really probably about 6'3.5", so he's 6'5", right? 6'5". Okay, they say he's a real 6'5". So about 6'5", flat-footed, 260 pounds of just a God-given creation of mass. Like, his body doesn't make sense. It seems like he's aging backwards. I don't know too many 50-year-olds that look better than 20 and 30-year-olds. Like, he's that guy, right? He's the candy pie eating, guy, the way he describes it, right? The Rock has notable lines, notable moments, playing his guitar, just making fun of people, doing just interviews. And I feel like, I'm so sad that this generation doesn't get to experience the fullness of watching, because I remember watching SmackDown and just waiting for him to interrupt a match, waiting for him and Stone Cold to go at it. And that is why The Rock is number 3 on my list.
And that's why he lower on my list. Most of these people, these people are low on my list because, like I said, I grew up in 2000, so I didn't really get to see the bulk of them. Even though I'm a historian, I went back and watched. But I just don't feel like it's acceptable to me to put them higher on my list if I didn't get a nice sample size of them. Like, okay. It's like somebody my age saying Michael Jordan is my favorite player. It's like, don't make sense. Like, you can't say that.
That's true. That's true.
So like, that's all I'm saying. But he on my list as well as Ric Flair. But my number 3 is Eddie Guerrero.
He almost made my list.
Eddie Guerrero was one of the first little guys that got a chance. He was really 5'8", but he's a 5'8" pound of muscle ball. Like, that's really what he is. But Eddie was a wrestling machine. You talk to any of his co-peers, he was one of the greatest wrestlers they ever seen. He could wrestle with anybody, big or tall, or skinny or big. It didn't matter. He knew how to wrestle you. He knew how to give you his best match. He knew how to call matches. He knew how to lead matches. It's just nothing he couldn't do when it came inside that square circle. So he's one of the best in the ring for sure. And entertainment-wise, he brought the element of he was one of those wrestlers that could be a heel and face. It's
He
not
could
too.
be.
It was. Don't get me wrong. A lot of these people we just named have been heels and faces as well. But he was a good heel and he was a good face. The way he was a good face was a little bit different because he brought the comedic side of wrestling out. It had a lot of funny moments.
Oh yeah,
Um,
him and Chavo.
him and Chavo, him and Ray, him and I
Ray
can't say his
Mysterio.
name, but
He
him and
told
him.
Chris Rue. Who he
Oh
told?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I did. Hey,
Yeah.
I wanted to put him on my list too, but I just didn't want to hear it.
Don't do that.
I
Hey,
I, I
hey,
didn't
some
want to
people
hear
can't
it.
make this list.
But some people don't know how to put the artist away from the artist.
Right. I'm
But
taking a risk wearing this
but
shirt. No.
yeah, but like he had so many comedic moments, like the whole lie, cheat, you steal. We know that's where that's from.
Right.
Viva la raza. You can say Viva la raza, and everybody know what you're talking about. Latino he made a whole wave for Latinos for wrestling.
Yes, he did.
He
Lucha
brought
Libre.
he was also another person that brought Lucha Libre and made it a nice standard and a part of American wrestling as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. There's a difference. There's different styles of wrestling due to what country you're in. They're all different. And at first the Lucha Libre style wasn't looked at as wrestling, but he found a way to mix it, as well as he spent a lot of time as well in Japan and Canada, all over the world, doing his craft. So, hey, he is, you can't talk without him. The day he passed was one of the saddest days of my existence, but dude's that dude. Like it's too many storylines to talk about, but he was definitely that dude.
Eddie Guerrero broke down a lot of ethnic barriers and color barriers, and he made Mucho Libre I won't say respectable. He brought it to the mainstream, right?
He's made it, respected, yeah.
Right, respected. And there's no Rey Mysterio, Chavo, like everybody that has proceeded down that line is because of Eddie. I just remember Eddie coming to things and that 6'4" and just bouncing like the Eddie Guerrero, bro. Like Eddie Guerrero.
You said who was 6'4"?
Remember the car would bounce? Him and
Oh,
Chavo?
on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
6'4" Impala.
Yeah, like
I
Cadillac,
thought bro,
Eddie,
that boy had everything. The 6'4" Impala, he used to come out with the van, he used to come out with the pickup truck. Like the music, that's another thing. Like he got iconic music as well as the others we just named. Yeah, it's just a lot of things about Eddie that he did. And everybody loved him.
Everybody loved him. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero, man. All right, now this person right here.